so very much for being here. I love you guys. I love you guys, and I missed you so much. I wanted to go ahead and do a reading. Oh, look, this is what I'm looking for. That's how freaking crazy I am. Oh, help me, God. Oh, help me, help me, help me. And look, work is picking up like you would not believe. Like you would not even believe. And we're supposed to be getting huge bonuses, but I found out today that I probably won't get one because you have to be there a whole year before they give you one. But then at the end of the it was saying like how you got disqualified from getting one, and it said one of the ways was you have to be there for a whole year or you don't get one. But then at the very bottom it said, as long as you were on the payroll by June 2025, you'll get one. And I'm like, y'all are talking out of both sides of your mouth. So I don't know what that means. I'm hoping it means that they are going to give those bonuses to some people who they've noticed are working extremely hard. And I think that I'm one of them. I hope I'm one of them. I do work extremely hard. And I'm going to be working even harder. You're going to probably be seeing less and less of me, honestly. I'm also going back to work for Miss Mary starting on Friday. None of the people that were hired to work with Miss Mary worked out. And her daughter finally swallowed her pride and called me and asked me to come back. And for right now, I'm just doing it until one of the nurses is having surgery. And I told her I'd help her out temporarily until that is over. She said, what did I want? And I said, what do you mean, what do I want? Well, I said, what do you want? You're the one that needs something, not me. I'm good. And she said, well, I'm asking you, are you willing to come back permanently? And I said, yeah, but there's going to be some stipulations on it. I'm not just going to come back. And she said, well, what do you want? And I said, I want my hours back and I want my money back. And I don't want no weekends. I'm not doing weekends. I already have a full-time job Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. And I have a household to run. So it really is putting me out to take the position back. But I can use that extra money because it was a nice chunk. And trust me, I've missed it. I've adjusted, but I've missed it. And it would be good to get it back. And when I do, if I do, I'm going to pretend like I'm not getting it back, and I'm going to put it aside and save it. So that when I have things that need to be done around here, like having a porch built for this little guy, a screened-in porch, I can have that done because I want a screened-in porch for him. For sure. Yeah, Mommy's going to get a screened-in porch for that baby. And I need my air conditioner fixed. It's still not fixed, and I'm still having to use these window units, and it has been hotter than 40 hells lately. Hello, Crypto Target. Hello, Victor Lopez. How are you guys? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're liking, sharing, all that stuff. That is the best way to help readers or any of your favorite content creators on YouTube without spending any money, because we know you guys don't have a lot of money to spend. Most of you don't, and we don't expect a whole lot, but subscribing, sharing, and all that stuff, it helps us so much. And when I said that, I had like 6 people drop off, so I don't know what it is about asking people for help. I already have a hard time with doing that. Like, I don't ask for help. I'll do without first. But when I ask for help on YouTube, it's like people run, scatter, like roaches when you turn the light on and you got roaches in your house. Okay, let me start over. Don't subscribe. I swear to God, if you subscribe to my channel, I'll kick your ass out. Don't like my videos and don't comment on them. Maybe if I use reverse psychology. Look, now I'm down to 1 person watching. I done run everybody's ass off, and I don't give a damn. Alright. Let me tell you what song was I got for the reading. I got Piece by Piece by Who sang that? Kelly Clarkson? Piece by Piece? Piece by Piece, Kelly Clarkson. Somebody's dealing with abandonment issues, okay? And Spirit wants you to deal with those issues. It's time to deal with those abandonment issues. Whenever I put, it kept taking my voice and it started asking about abandonment issues. I just wanted that song Piece by Piece, that's all. Piece by Piece, Kelly Clarkson. This is why I have scratches on me, because he likes to bite me. Yeah, look, he's made a little spot on me right there biting me. Please don't do that. Why are you biting Mommy? He's not hurting me. I guess I don't have any feeling in my arms. I don't know. He's licking me is what he's doing. He might be just licking the ones he's already bit. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. Say, I'm Cosmo. I'm my mommy's kite, and I love my mommy. This is my kite parrot. And he does not always show up for readings, but sometimes he does, and he's usually part of the reading, which means somebody watching is a bird lover. They might own a bird, might own more than one bird, and he knows you're a bird lover, and he wants to come and he wants to show off for you. Alright, so like I said, and he also has abandonment issues, and so does my dog. It's like I attract animals and probably people with abandonment issues. I found out today that I get another client that I work with. If you're new here, I work in mental health, and I work for the MCO, and we provide a program for people with severe and persistent severe mental illness and substance use disorders. And we help them get the support they need to live independently and not to be in nursing homes or group homes or places like that. And I used to work on the other side of that, where I was the support, and now I basically finance that program, and I swipe my credit card when they need to go buy new stuff for their homes and that sort of thing. I pay their deposits, and I find them a place that'll rent to them if they have like a criminal history or something like that. But anyway, I found out today that I'm going to be getting another one of my old clients that I worked with before, and she was such a sweet, sweet girl, and I'm so excited that I get to work with her to help her be stable in her housing. This candle, the wax, is really falling off. I don't know if somebody's watching that reads wax, but I keep getting like icicle looking pieces of wax that keep coming off of that candle. Kind of unusual, because these candles are usually dripless. Truly they are. I don't know, I guess because that air conditioner's going. Here's the song. Let me shut up and get to the reading. Alright. And all I remember is your back, walking toward the airport, leaving us all in your past. I traveled 1,500 miles to see you. I begged you to want me, but you didn't want to. But piece by piece he collected me up off the ground where you abandoned things. Piece by piece he filled the holes that you burned in me at 6 years old. And you know, he never walks away. He never asks for money. He takes care of me. He loves me. Piece by piece he restores my faith that a man can be kind and a father could stay. And all your words fall flat. I made something of myself, and now you want to come back. But your love, it isn't free. It has to be earned. Back then, I didn't have anything you needed, so I was worthless. But piece by piece, he collected me up off the ground where you abandoned things. Piece by piece, he fills the holes that you burned in me. 6 years old, and you know, he never walks away. He never asks for money. He takes care of me because he loves me. Piece by piece, he restores my faith that a man can be kind and a father could stay. Piece by piece, piece by piece, I fell far from the tree. I will never leave her like you left me. She will never have to wonder her worth because unlike you, I'm going to put her first. And you know, he'll never walk away. He'll never break her heart. He'll take care of things. He'll love her piece by piece. He'll restore my faith that a man can be kind and a father should be great. Piece by piece, piece by piece. I got choked on my spit. So this song has come out recently, and it was shown to me earlier while I was standing at the kitchen sink meditating, staring out the window meditating on this reading. I saw a car. It was a 4-door car. It was an older model car. It looked like it was a maybe 70s or 80s model. And I saw a little kid begging somebody not to leave. Please don't go. Please don't go. And chasing the car. So that happened to somebody because I saw it. I don't know who you are. For some of you, it could have been that you had to take them to the airport and they left and they went somewhere else and they moved 1,500 miles away. And when you got old enough, you traveled to see them and beg them to want you, but they wouldn't. I just see a lot of broken and wounded people, men and women, who have been abandoned. And when we have been abandoned like that, we begin to develop fear of relationships. We become very unhealthy, and we become very codependent. We become very controlling. We become so many different things that keep us from having a healthy and happy life with people. Not just relationships with, romantic people, but a lot of people, because once you've been, like, I was never abandoned by my father per se, as you would think of abandoning a child. But my dad died when I was 10 years old because he was murdered. And even though he didn't intentionally leave me, he left me. And so I understand what it feels like. And at 10 years old, that's the age I'm seeing a blue orb. Somebody is seeing blue orbs, round orbs. I forgot, I keep seeing those orbs now. It's like they're round. For some reason, you're seeing lots of them. Yeah, but he ended up dying and leaving me. And at 10 years old, developmentally, you're at that age where you have a fear of losing one of your parents. You begin to understand death because you've lost a pet or a grandparent or some aunt, uncle, somebody. You could have anybody. Could have lost anybody. Could have lost your parent. And it's at that age when you're afraid that that's going to happen. And when you're at that age and you're fearful, your parents will reassure you because they don't know any better. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. You're worrying. You're being irrational. You worry too much. You don't worry so much. Nothing's going to happen to us. We're going to, we're going to be here till you're old and gray. Somebody's going to call you. You might not want to talk to them, though. But he did die, even though I had that irrational fear. So it's not always so irrational. Sometimes it is rational. For some of us, we just get that freaking unlucky that their number comes up at that special age where you fear it happening. So somebody in the collective, I'm going to say all of you, have or are dealing with someone who has, it could be your child, because not long ago, maybe a couple months ago, I had a 10-year-old boy sitting in that chair right here getting a reading because of his father getting sentenced to prison and leaving him again. And this man is, and I also saw that while I was at the window. This is not something that just happened like as an event, a one-time event. This person promised you things and never delivered. They would promise you, oh, I'll be there Saturday, and you would sit on the porch and with your suitcases packed and wait all day long for them to get there. And then they would never come, they would never call. And some of them even had new families. My husband's dad got a woman pregnant and had twins the day after his birthday, and they had an older child too, but he got the woman pregnant, and swear to God, the boy looks like he doesn't even belong to my husband's dad. He looks nothing like my husband's dad. He doesn't even look anything like his own mother. So I think that she got pregnant by somebody else and blamed it on him, and he left his wife and 5 children to go be with this other woman that he supposedly got pregnant and had this child that didn't look anything like him. But then they did have a set of twins the day after my husband's birthday, and they did look just like him. So they were his children. But he had a whole nother family and was very successful. He was in the military, and nowadays the military won't put up with that. But back then, the military allowed him to get away with it. So he just abandoned his family and never looked back. And so I watched my husband struggle with that his whole life. And he tried at the end of his dad's life. He actually did have a relationship with his dad, and they were able to make amends. But when it came right down to it and his will got read, my husband wasn't in it. And he, on his deathbed, told my husband he had left him something. So my husband still, to the day that he died, wondered if he lied to him or if they lied to him, because his daughter was the executor of the estate, and he wasn't invited to hear the will be read. He had no part in that. She did try to give him some money, some cash, like $500, and he didn't take it. He told her to stick it up her ass and called her a greedy bitch, because one of them got like a beach house and the other one got the house that they lived in Hinesville, Georgia, and one of them got the real estate company. He had all kinds of assets. He had cash in the bank. And all of his kids that he abandoned turned out to be drug addicts and alcoholics and had nothing. Lived some of the most difficult lives that I've ever seen human beings have to live. And it was because of abandonment issues. It really did start from being abandoned by their father and not understanding why he didn't want them, and why he would want to have a whole nother family and already had a family he didn't want. So I guess I'm channeling more than I'm pulling cards right now, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all understand exactly what I mean. And some of y'all might be going through this with your own children, with baby daddies or baby mamas that just won't be there for their children. And it's hard to raise a child and to watch a child go through that kind of a hell. That's a special kind of hell to put a child through. It really is. Alright, Kazi. Let's see what Spirit wants to say tonight, okay? Here, baby, here. Come over here and get you some water. That's my baby. I love him. And yes, this is his third owner. But I've told him, and I mean it, unless I die, and I've already got it set up what's going to happen when I die. He will be with me until we both go to the crematory. That's right. Yeah. So we're going to die together. He sleeps in the bed with me. This bird, he's not, none of my animals have ever been normal. And look, today I went to the store, and Otto, and when we leave, I keep seeing that blue orb. Otto is always the first. Get back away from the candles. Otto always gets in the car first. So I assumed Otto was in the car. I had Cosmo, he wouldn't get off my shoulder, so I'm having to drive down the road with him on my shoulder. I put the car in reverse and started backing up, and y'all know I can't hear good, or if you don't, you do now. And I hear Otto barking to the top of his lungs. And I slammed on brakes, and I said, Otto, get in this car. And I opened the door, and he got in, and I thought, oh my God, I almost ran over my baby. So, hey, Rhonda. Otto's 8 years old now, and he was only about 2.5 when I started this YouTube channel. So he's gone from being a puppy on this channel to being a senior. And for him to not get in the car first just blows my mind. Alright, Spirit, how are you working in this situation? Or this, whatever. Loyalty. And isn't that what we're talking about? How important it is to be loyal to our children. We cannot just, and to anybody in our life. Loyalty, when you love somebody and you really care about somebody, you should show them loyalty. No abandonment should ever happen when you love somebody. But sometimes people die and they can't help that. But it still leaves a scar. It still leaves the feeling of being left. It's time to heal these abandonment issues. And if it's not you, it's somebody you're dealing with, and it's preventing you from having a healthy, happy, nourishing relationship with that person. Alright, we also have on the bottom of the deck humility. Wow. Humility's part of this. I couldn't help but notice honesty was right there. I think that was meant to come out too. And then on the top of the deck we have gentleness, because it's very easy. My husband was so rough around the edges, especially with our children. And he if you ever saw pictures of him with our children, he adored our children. But he was just a rough around the edges kind of guy. He was a Gemini. And he was rough around the edges. But he had a center that was real sweet and real kind. And he had a heart of gold. Honestly, he did. And out of all the children in his family, he was the only one that had, accumulated anything. Had a house and had land and had vehicles and had tools and all the things that he had in the shed that burned down in September. He really did make something of himself. He had a family that loved him, and he had my family, and my family had embraced him as their own, and my mother treated him like her own child, and she treated him like her favorite child. Like, he could go to my mom and ask my mom for money, and she would write him a check or get cash and give it to him. And I could ask her, I'm broke. I mean, like, to this day, she will not give me $1. That's the God's honest truth. If I asked her for $20 for gas tomorrow, she would tell me, I don't have it. You're going to have to figure something else out. But if it was him, he would have gotten it. He would have gotten anything he wanted. My mother loved my husband. That's for sure. Alright, humility, loyalty, and honesty with gentleness. For some reason, I wanted to see what spiritual gifts are operating here. Is that what we want to do, Spirit? Spirit said we want to find out a little bit more about how this happened. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these back for a minute. What am I going to do? Alright, let's look at it from this deck first. Show me how this happened. Somebody wouldn't check themselves. You're playing with fire. So somebody didn't realize they were playing with fire. Alright. What were they hiding? It's all coming out in reverse. That one of you did more than the other. One of you did too many fucking chores. But it came out in reverse. all of this might be able to be turned around. And what was being shown, let's see if everything comes out in reverse. Yep. Reverse, 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 reverse. And you see my deck is not in reverse. So let's just turn these around. Pack your bags. Fuck your job. Tantrums are for babies. And you care too much. Okay. So you see what's going on here? This person didn't want to be responsible. They needed to check themselves. They were playing with fire somehow. I think by not being loyal, not having any humility, and not being honest. And they felt like they did everything. They felt like the weight of the world was on their shoulders. I do all the chores. I work all the time. I go out and make a living for this damn family. So what happened? They packed their bags. They said fuck their job. They said these kids are throwing tantrums. Grow the fuck up. Dry up them tears. Dry up them tears. Grown men don't cry. You're caring too damn much. And that's not going to get you anything in this life but just fucking hurt. You need to stop that shit. You need to act like a real man. You're talking to a 6-year-old dickhead. Alright, so what's going to happen next? What did? You just decided to agree to disagree because you knew this person was always right. No matter what you said to them, they were always right. That's the only thing that came out upright. And then on the bottom of the deck, you wouldn't even do the damn dishes for some reason. Or maybe you just did the damn dishes because they needed to be done and cooked a fucking meal. So after they left, you ended up having to cook and clean probably for your younger siblings because your mother probably worked 2 or 3 jobs to keep food on the table. Or for some of you, the mother may have had to have lots of different men over that they made you call uncle so that she could get money to pay your bills. I mean, moms do all kinds of things for their babies. So, this is sad. And this person was an asshole. I can tell you that right now. This person was a son of a bitch. Alright, show me more about how it happened. Friendship, and you were sick of overthinking it. This could be what's going on now. Show me what happened. That could be what happened when you were young. You're grown up now, or you're growing up. You're getting a divorce because you're tired of overthinking. Or maybe all you can think about is the divorce that your parents are getting or have gotten. They could have recently gotten divorced. You might be getting a divorce. Somebody's arrogant and they're tired of overthinking. Somebody's tired of overthinking about all this shit. Alright, show me how this happened. Somebody they just didn't give a damn. They were unfazed. They needed to check themselves. They were playing with fire. Somebody could have had a bad back. Somebody could have smoked Swisher cigars or some kind of... They could have smoked blunts. I mean, he's smoking something brown. And more bow ties. Somebody wore bow ties. Alright, what's being hidden? That somebody is haunted because this person left them. Secretly, you're haunted. I think you try to act like you're not, but you really are haunted. And what's being shown? That you can't decide if something's not for you because it's like they haven't learned their lesson. You're undecided if they're not for you because of not learning their lesson. I think that you have finally made something of yourself in life. They may have found you on like YouTube or Instagram and you have 2 million followers and you're making all this money now and you're famous, you're YouTube famous or whatever, and now they want to come back into your life and you're like, but you didn't care when I was a kid. And I'm still haunted by the way you left, and I cried waiting on the porch for you week after week after week, thinking you were going to come and see me and take me to ball games and play football with me and take me to the park and take me to get ice cream and take me to do this and take me swimming and take me to the beach. But instead, you and your girlfriend would take her kids to Disney World, and you couldn't even send me a fucking birthday card. Alright, so what's going to happen next? Somebody's going to have a desire to win because I love you. So they're going to tell you that they love you, but really they just have a desire to win. Or maybe they really do have a desire to win because they love you. Clarify desire to win. They want friend support. This person has a strong desire to win because they're in love with somebody and they want their friend to be supportive. They might be in love with their friend. And look, I think they are. And I don't think this friend is aware. I think you have a hard time expressing yourself because you have abandonment issues. And I don't think you have told this friend how you feel. Let's see what you would say to them. Because you're writing messages and deleting them. What would they say to this friend? Why are they not saying what they need to say? What is it that they want to say but can't? What is it they want to say to this person that they can't say? They want to say, you're incredibly alluring to me. I'm so attracted to you. Alright, what else? So they're very attracted to you. They would say, I'm not the person that you make me out to be in your mind, but in reverse. So it's like, they think that you make them out to be a certain way in your mind. How do you feel about them? I think they're wrong about you. Whoa. Whoa, baby. I'm not taking that many cards. You're not going to get me suckered into that. How do you feel about them? I will take those. Friendship. And maybe there could be more between us, but I wouldn't want to jeopardize our friendship. Came out in reverse. So they think there could be more between you, and they're willing to jeopardize your friendship to see if that would be true. And they think you're special. I recognize how special and unique you are. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they feel like you don't recognize how special and unique you are. Yeah, that's what I think. I think this person that you don't know how to express yourself to, that you can't tell them how attracted you are to them, you feel like that person doesn't feel the same way. You feel exactly the same way about each other, but you don't believe that. But you have this desire to win. Somebody's not taken either. Don't take this personally, but my heart belongs to somebody else. Came out in reverse. So maybe you thought they had a crush or a relationship with somebody else, but that was saying that they don't. Alright, what would you say out of this deck right here? What would this person that is having trouble expressing themselves say? They would say, the passion is too much and it hurts so much. And I long for your kiss. Alright, what would you say in return? You would say, you are different from everyone around me, and I'm scared of rejection. I'm not even afraid of rejection when it comes to you. So I think typically you would be scared of rejection because of your abandonment issues, but somehow this person's gotten through to you because of showing you support as a friend. I think you've fallen in love with a friend of yours. And you have such a strong desire to win here. You were right about something, they're saying. They're saying you were right. Something you said to this person, you were right. What were they right about? I cry at night. So you told this person, you said, I know you cry about the things that you've been through. Why is it that you love me? Why is it that you love them? Tell them. because I'm better with my mind than my heart. And you were right. You were right when you said I cry at night and that I love you. So this person said something to you about crying at night. Probably they said, you know, you act like you're better with your mind than your heart, but you're really good with both. And you cry at night because of the shit you've been through. This person really gets you. Like, they talk to you about everything. Maybe they told you that they cry at night, and you're saying you were right. Maybe they were saying you were right to cry at night. I can't do this right now. Why can't you do this right now? Because why is it that you love me and I can't promise you anything? Childhood trauma. Can't make it up. Okay, so right now, here we have a problem. We have somebody who's very much in love, and they are really at the point of moving beyond this. Like, you're so close to being healed from this, but you have to let go. You're holding on so tightly. You have to let go. You have to. You have to be willing to take a risk on this person and see where this goes. You love this person. You need to take a risk. You're undecided as to whether or not they're for you because you don't know if you've learned your lesson or if they've learned their lesson. What is it that you're wondering have they learned their lesson about? Wanting their freedom and escaping. Well, what's the truth? That it's not the right time, and that's why you haven't told them. Why is it not the right time? Because you've lost hope. What have you lost hope about? Having new love. You feel like you're never going to have new love. What's the truth? You're going to have a commitment. Not only are you going to have new love, you're going to have a commitment. Outcome of your commitment. Oh, look! Your commitment is going to be true love. Oh my gosh. That is so fucking sweet. No pretending either. This person's not going to pretend. Wow. Okay, so we have somebody who's ready to get over their abandonment issues. I think they're ready to take a chance. I truly do. I think that's what I hope. I hope. Lately, I feel like I've been a false prophet. Like, I've been telling somebody they're going to get a job, and they still don't have a freaking job. But we're going to ask about that. Because, you know, sometimes free will plays a factor. It don't matter what I say. If somebody decides they're going to do it a certain way, that's how it's going to play out until they decide to do it the way that would benefit whoever. But that when that happens, it's supposed to happen that way. It's supposed to be that way because there's something better, and God will block us, Spirit will block us from something that's mediocre so we can have something that's fabulous. Trust me. Trust me. I've been blocked for a while now. But I've had a lot of mediocre assholes come through that door in there too. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. Show me a little bit more. Just give me a little bit more clarity about how this happened. Somebody was tired of being at a standstill. I'm so sick of being at a standstill. Alright, what was being or what is being hidden? That you were not getting a new beginning because of something simple. Like, it was something real simple keeping you from having a new beginning. Can you tell us what? Being open. You needed to have wisdom, and you just needed to go forward. You needed to have the wisdom to go forward, but see, you were stuck because of your fear of rejection. All right, and what was being shown? There was a lack of forgiveness. You were in flow, but you couldn't forgive. And sometimes things are unforgivable. I mean, you can be willing. All we are required to do is be willing. We don't have to forgive. We just have to be willing to. And Spirit does the rest. So you were in flow, but you couldn't forgive. Maybe you were in flow and somebody couldn't forgive you. All right, what's going to happen next? Or what happened next? You're going to have diligence. You're going to let the ground fallow. You're going to give time. You're going to let the ground replenish its nutrients, get rid of the disease, the pestilence, the bugs, and you're going to let the ground become nurturing again, so that what you plant there will flourish and grow into a beautiful garden. Because right now you're lacking in security. What is going to happen in the meantime for you while you're going through this diligence period? Because you're at a standstill. Oh, you're going to do some adventures. Spirit's going to take you on some adventures. Maybe somewhere tropical. You're in stillness. Somehow adventures. I don't know. We're gonna look further into this. I felt like there was a piece missing there, but somebody got it. You can't have a new beginning because of something real simple. It's something simple. And I think it's that forgiveness. But forgiveness is not as simple as it sounds. Alright, let's see what kind of relationship problems have developed in our lives due to this abandonment. You have indecision and you feel like you can fix them. Alright, what's being hidden? That you're too passive and you're rushing. You're in a hurry. You're in a hurry, but you don't care at the same time. Alright, what's being shown? That's the biggest contradiction ever. That you procrastinate, you retreat, so it's like you'll go on that first date, but you won't go to the second date. Or you'll say, yeah, I'll go out with you, but then you cancel at the last minute. And you're ambivalent, but in reverse, which means you pretend like you don't give a shit, but you really care a lot. You care too much. Giving too many fucks. But you procrastinate and you retreat. It's like you're so afraid of being hurt that it's made you just retreat. It's time to get out and try again. Put yourself back out there. Stop procrastinating when it comes to... Why are you procrastinating putting yourself back out on the dating scene? Look at you. That probably looks like you right now. You're probably laying in your bed with your computer, your tablet, your remote control, food from yesterday you never cleaned up, sheets that need changing. You haven't even taken a shower from getting off work. You're just laying there listening to me on YouTube talking, yak, 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 yak. You're probably only half-assed listening. You're procrastinating. I get it though, smoking, you got your ashtray over there. I get it, I do. You care, but you won't put yourself back out there. You're procrastinating getting back out there. But you're in a hurry over here in secret. You're in a hurry to find somebody new, but you're not doing your part to do that. And you can't decide if there's a way to fix people. Like, are people so fucking broken that they don't know how to be loyal, honest, and have humility anymore? And even to just have gentleness? Alright, what's going to happen next when it comes to how we've been fucked up over this? We're going to be confused. And how will that play out? We're going to use judgment. What do you mean judgment? Oh, have expectations. So some of us are going to judge. Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. And when you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch your list. Want what's real. So in other words, don't have this ideal person that you'll never find. I think you're confused because you do have this ideal person, and and there's certain types of people that you're just not willing to even consider. You're like, nah, I'm not going there. Never would I go there. And you're not going to get breadcrumbed anymore either. Anything else is our outcome. You're going to have no compatibility. There's somebody you're not compatible with, but you're with them maybe because you're afraid of losing someone. Like, it's better to have this person I'm not compatible with than have no one. And you're all confused because of, like, other people might judge you if you go out with somebody that's a different race or a different age or a different religion or a different this or a different that, whatever's different. Maybe it's the same sex type situation, and you haven't told your family that you're into the same sex, and you're like, oh my God, my family's gonna freak out when they find out I'm with another woman. Who gives a shit what your family finds out? Your family is gonna love you. Either they love you or they don't. And I love my kids, and I wouldn't care what they did. Uh-oh, Cosmo's throwing cards. Wait a minute. Let's see what Spirit's saying through Cosmo. Hold on. Hold on. I hear you speaking. Come here. Come here. Are you a prophet? Come here. Prophet Cosmo. Cosmo said, Mom, cook a fucking meal. I'm irritated and just walk away. Cosmo, we already had supper. Stop that. No. You don't get to eat again, and you're not going to just walk away because you're irritated. Maybe this is the person we're dealing with here, though, because they were going to do the dishes and cook a fucking meal. But now they're irritated, so they're just going to walk away. So something irritated them. You're about to shit on me. Hold. Don't you bite me. Don't you bite me. Come on. Get over here on this bed and go night-night. You don't shit on me. You get under them covers. Come on, night-night. He's like, I'm not going to bed. Too much excitement right now. Alright, come on back over here. But you need to hold that shit. You're not shitting on me. No. He says, go cook a meal. I'm irritated. Just walk away. I don't know. I think he might be talking about the reading. And your friends miss your face. They need you and you need them. Where's Otto? Speaking of friends, you know where Bub is at? I'm not really sure if I'm doing justice to this reading or not, but I'm doing the best I can. Spirit's not giving me anymore. It's like I channeled the message at the beginning. The cards just clarified the message. What is the healing work that we need to do, Spirit? What's going on with this asshole that just walked away? What's going on with him? The one that just left. Maybe that's why that came out. Oh! Spirit says they know they fucked up. So if you were wondering about the person who abandoned you, they know they fucked up. What are they hiding? Remember, they wanted to come back now. Trash in reverse. So this person feels like trash for the way they treated you. And what's being shown? That they're not toxic. Okay? Why are they no longer toxic? Because of the bad choices. They don't make bad choices anymore. Alright, so what do? Oh, Spirit says the sugar and the salt both look the same. Huh, so what exactly are they? Salty or sweet? They're in a private relationship. And why do we need to know that? Because somebody is pregnant. Somebody is taking a pregnancy test. And somebody's busy, and there's not going to be any family time. Outcome of the pregnancy test. Somebody's going to be a bugaboo. Somebody's going to bug this person to death. Alright, outcome of being a bugaboo. Somebody's going to watch that and enjoy it, and they're not going to be able to defend themselves. And they're not going to be over and tired of the drama. No family time because of being busy. I don't know what's being said, but somebody gets it. Alright, so that's the person that abandoned their child. Okay. Alright, let's look at the tarot and see what Spirit wants to say about that. If you're new, this isn't my typical reading. I don't know what's going on. Show me how you're working here, Spirit. I don't know if these are upright or not. The Lovers came out. Oh, no. Why did I say the Lovers? The Devil. Capricorn's here with Taurus, the Hierophant. That can also be a Cancer. So we have the Devil and the Hierophant in reverse. They came out sideways. What's the energy to overcome? So that's how Spirit's working. This is like a real earthy, lusty desire. This person's not willing to take a risk. Alright, and what's going to pull it together? It's like I'm not taking a risk on this. Cancer's here with the Moon coming out in reverse. And the Empress on the bottom of the deck. So there is going to be a mother at the end of all this. Let's just jump right in and see what's being said here. Why is the Devil here? Oh wait, these aren't the right cards. I'm going to go ahead and use them. Why is the Devil here? Because of a lot of confusion. Somebody's unsure. Remember they were confused up here? Why is the Hierophant here? Because they have a resentment. They're alone. And somebody's not nourishing. Alright, why is the Fool here? So they're resentful because of feeling alone with somebody who's not nourishing. There's a lot of tension going on. That's why the Fool's here. And why is the Moon here? Because of being rejected. And on the bottom of the deck is somebody is longing. And there's an Empress here. Alright, now let me get the right card. Okay, why is the Devil here? Because of the Six of Wands. So somebody's confused. Yeah, hey, I'm just scratching my shoulder. Did I scare you? Are you okay? Birds can't see in the dark, and it's real dark over there. And when I reach my hand back there, I think it's scared him. It's okay, buddy. Alright, so the Devil is confusion. So this very lusty, earthy, I want what I want when I want it. Even feeling like I'm chained. That's why I called it the Lovers, because it has the Lovers on it. It's like you're chained to something. It's like that old ball and chain. This has you confused. But you, at the same time, it's almost like you get glory out of this. It's like you wear this like a badge. This is like your go-to excuse for why you never have success in relationships. I can overcome anything as long as I stay confused and I have this ball and chain of abandonment that I'm pulling around on my ankle. Alright, why is the Hierophant in reverse? Because of the Hierophant upright. Okay. And bad judgment. Because Spirit says you're using bad judgment when it comes to the Hierophant. Whatever that represents, it can be anything. It can be something traditional where you have a contract that you are contractually bound. It can be a teaching, a mindset, a religion. It can be a hospital, a jail, an institution. It could be social services. It could be marriage. It could be the courthouse. But whatever it is, you resent it, and you feel alone, and like whatever's going on in your life is not fulfilling it's just not. It's almost like it's something you're involved in. He must have shit on me. It's something you're involved in that's not fulfilling you. God, let me tell you something. This is just not going to work. We can't have relationships like this. I don't shit on you. I do not even shit near you. I might have to teach you how to use the commode. Ugh, gross. In case you're wondering, I have a Clorox wipe and I'm washing myself with it. Gross. Yuck. You done shit on me. This person has shit on you before, haven't they? Alright. Oh, look, here's the Empress on the bottom of the deck. We're at the end of the reading, and I haven't even pulled any cards on those two. That's the end of the reading right there. Okay, so you're using bad judgment when it comes to this Hierophant. If you would stop using your desire to be confused as an excuse, you could have good relationships. You could have a good whatever Hierophant is. Okay, why is the Fool in reverse? Because there's a King of Pentacles who has, this is a father. Your father left you and it's haunted them. And we saw that already, that they're haunted by the way they treated you. And that's the energy to overcome, is being haunted by this father who left you and having tension. I feel that you're not willing to have a relationship with them again and take a risk on that because it was just too painful and you don't want to go through it again. You don't want to go through rejection, but that's what's going to pull it together. Don't do that again. You're going to bare your fucking soul, Cosmo says. Why is the moon here in reverse? Whoa. Because of a Queen of Pentacles with an Ace of Pentacles and an Eight of Swords. And I couldn't stop them from falling out. So there's a Queen of Pentacles. The rejection, this person has been coming out of moon energy where they were rejected. And it's his identical match. But she has a new opportunity and she's afraid to take it. Because she has fear of rejection. Do you understand what I'm saying? What's going to pull it together is she's gonna get over her fear of rejection when it comes to a new opportunity she's afraid to take. And she's going to become an empress, maybe a mother. This could be a baby. She could be pregnant. And she's looking at this child like as a piece of property right now and not something to love. Because it could be like 2-3 weeks pregnant. Alright, what's going to be the outcome of the Ace of Pentacles? Oh, Spirit said you already know, High Priestess. You can have a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio placement. Why is the Empress on the bottom of the deck? Because of the Hangman. This is a cliffhanger. It's like Spirit's saying, you're going to see this from a different perspective. What's the perspective they're going to see? Heartache. When you can build a foundation on a heartache. Like, that doesn't have to be the end. The heartache doesn't have to be the end. You can actually build a foundation on a heartache. In fact, she looks like she's leading up to one. Why is she moving towards one? She's not. She just thinks she is. Okay, so you're in this place in your mind where you think if you try to build something meaningful for yourself with somebody, that it's going to end in disaster. And this is causing you to struggle in all areas. Money, jobs. This could be a new job for somebody. You're afraid to take it because you're afraid you won't make enough money. And it looks like you're going to be the Queen of Pentacles. Or this could be like mom and dad. There's been tension and she's getting over her fear of rejection. What'll pull it together is you getting over your fear of rejection. So you have to decide if you're willing to get over that, or if you're going to wear it as a badge and use it as an excuse to never do anything else in your life and just keep walking around miserable as shit. You can do that. Spirit will let you. Spirit will let you. You have free will. And that's when it's a bitch. Because sometimes Spirit knows what's best for us and it will still let us decide what's not right for us. And ain't that a bitch? Alright, I'm going to pull some guidance. And that's going to probably be it. I think that's not been much of a crowd tonight. But a lot of you will see this on the replay. I'm grateful for those of you who watch on the replay. Lots of you watch on the replay, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for those of you who are live also. I'm just grateful as hell. But when you watch me on the replay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because that means a lot to me. Even though you're watching it late, that doesn't mean you can't still do those supportive things, okay? Alright, guidance, please, Holy Spirit. Cosmo, guess what? The guidance is called Cosmos. The guidance is named after you, baby. I just saw that blue orb again and I almost took my shirt off. What the fuck is going on? Like, I literally almost took my shirt off and don't know why. 41. I had to stop myself from doing it. Cosmos. The cosmos appear always as an ally and never as a challenger. I almost did it again. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. This is a sign to place your attention on creative projects. They will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you'll always be co-creating with the divine. The cosmos also represent the principle of infinity and the vastness of the energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. This teaches us that every intention we set is in fact contagious with the power of influencing others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so we can't help but have an effect on others. From our individual level to a global one, this is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Both are influencing your outer world. Most important, keep taking action toward your goals as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your brightest destiny. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create. And I want to say thank you. If you saw the post that I shared about my friend Doug, the comedian, he hit 1,000 subs. So if you subscribe to his channel, thank you so very much. Thank you. You helped him to reach that goal. And I know how special that is. That's like a go out to eat special kind of thing. Like, you celebrate that kind of shit. Congratulations to Doug if he happens to see this video. Alright, page 43. And many more. May you have 2 million next year at this time or sooner. Alright, the Word Lord rules communication of all kinds and lets you know that positive interactions can be expected when he arrives as your ally. He only speaks with positive words and praises all he sees. He reminds you of, I keep wanting to take my shirt off. What the hell? He reminds you of the laws of abundance and praise. When you bless the world, it blesses you back. When you say affirming, supportive words, they carry an energy that returns to you in physical form. Remember that each one has power and will resonate into the universe, seeking all reflection in manifest form. Your body responds to praise, as does everything in the world around you. Praise it for its inherent health and beauty. Applaud yourself for everything you do, as even the tiniest accomplishments are important. Praise your bills. Give thanks for the services you enjoy, like Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and YouTube. And watch the ability to pay them increase as you align with Spirit's increasing power. This is also a time to remember the powerful practice of affirmations. Write them down and speak them aloud as a spiritual exercise. Say it is so, and it will be. It's a very auspicious sign when the Word Lord chooses to be your ally. So watch what you say. Use affirming words, no criticizing. Alright. That's going to be all for this reading. I feel like we got what we needed from it. I hope you got what you needed from it. Let's see what Trinket Spirit might give us. Trinket, who are you talking to, baby? I got that damn flamingo again. I got a turtle. I got a quarter. And I got an angel. And that's all I got out of that bowl. These bowls fell on the floor the other day, and I don't even know if they're... Oh, wait. There's a starfish. And there's that piece of crystal that I can't remember the name of. Very powerful piece of crystal, though. Somehow crystals are important to you. Alright, let's see what comes out of this bowl. I haven't pulled much out of here lately either. Alright, I have a piece of black tourmaline. I have a lotus flower. I don't know what this is. Maybe if you do, you can tell me. I call it the Kundalini because I don't know. But it's some kind of god. I don't know which one. Here's an octopus. Here's an arrow. You could be a Sagittarius. I have the world. We are the world. I have an infinity sign. I have a heart with flower. I have a cactus. So I call this a prick sometimes. And I have a horse, of course. Maybe you're from Kentucky. Alrighty then. I guess we're going to have that be a wrap. I wanted to ask Spirit a question on behalf of my friend. Spirit, will my friend be getting a new job? Will they be getting a new full-time job? Come on. Or whatever. The best job they can get in their country. Will they be getting one in the next month? Cosmo. Will they be getting one in the next month? Spirit says within the next few weeks, the situation will improve. Okay? So your situation is going to improve within the next few weeks. Right now, it's not the right time. Alright. Is there any possibility that I might get a bonus from work, Spirit, or in the next pay period? Stop. When they give out the bonuses. The meditation brings answers. It's up to you, and you need to get more information. No, in reverse. Does that mean they might change their mind and give me one? Peaceful resolution. No improving health. I'm not getting a yes. I'm going to ask one more time. Will I get this bonus? Not within the next few months, but in the near future. And it did say in the email that they were starting a new program where they're going to start giving out regular bonuses, like retention bonuses for people who stay. And they used to do that before, where, look, he was getting mesmerized by those candles. He's sleepy. Where they were giving retention bonuses of $2,000 like every couple of months for people just for staying. And when I say we've had people leaving left and right, I'm not kidding. And it's not because it's a bad job. It's because we just had a merger between 3 MCOs. And anytime you have a merger, you get a lot of people who want to quit because they feel like their job is no longer their job. They got taken over by a new company that they would have never chosen to work for. And they do things differently at this new company. So it could be that I don't get this bonus, but that I will be getting one in the near future. I don't know. I'll get one next year as long as they don't fire me. I ain't going nowhere though. Unless they let me go, I'll be right there next year. Because I do love my job. Alright, what is going on with our money? Can we see? Somebody's an entertainer. Alright, why are you telling us that? Because you're not having a loss, you're going to have growth. You're not losing anything. You're going to have growth. Outcome of the growth. Somebody's beauty is here. What else? Sports are here and not being a networker. Why are we not a networker? Because of not making an investment, not getting any charity, being a perfectionist, and having stability. And your health is improving. So there was something, you're getting healthy. You're taking care of yourself. Outcome for the entertainer. You're going to be persistent where you haven't been happy. Why haven't you been happy? Because you had an unpleasant surprise maybe? Well, what are you going to do with outcome of your persistence? You're going to celebrate the media. You're going to have an artist. And you're going to leave a legacy, and people are not going to gossip. And you're not going to have a partnership either. So they're not going to gossip about a partnership. What do you mean no gossip? You're going to the next level. People are not going to talk about you. You're on the right path. Whoever you are, keep doing what you're doing. You are fixing to explode at whatever you're doing in the media. You are fixing to explode. What's the outcome going to look like when it comes to their money? You're going to have a strategy, be in leadership, and you're going slow and you're not getting recognized. Outcome of that. That's what you're going to celebrate. Where you were going slow and not getting recognized, you're going to finally get recognized. You're not going to have to network to do it. Congratulations, baby! Woo! I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. All right, I love you guys. I hope you have the most wonderful rest of your Tuesday ever and a lovely rest of your week. I don't know when I'll be back because I'm working for Miss Mary Friday night. I think I'll be coming home Saturday morning, like around 8ish or whenever. I'll be home when I wake up. And then I'll be going back to Miss Mary's possibly on Sunday night because I told her I would cover a couple Sundays until the lady's surgery heals up. But after her surgery heals, weekends are not an option. So we'll see how long Miss Mary and I last again this time. But she was so excited she called me last night. She said, "Hey baby, how you doing?" I said, "I'm coming to see you Friday." She said, "I know, I was calling to make sure it was true." I said, "It's true. I'm still planning on coming Friday." She said, "I've missed you so much." And I've missed her too. I can't wait to see her again. She and I have been together for 6 years. And she's 105 years old now, getting ready to be 106. So I'll tell her you guys said, hey, how about that? All right, you guys take care. Love you. Bye-bye. Come on.